I'm now officially a Toyota fanboy. Got the TRD merch right there on the hoodie. My very first TRD merch. Shout out to my guy over at South Coast Toyota for the hookup here on the new sweater. Also too, in a matching spec to the underground gray here on the paint. Kind of, sort of. I mean, it matches the Tundra probably more because the Mad Gray has a metallic to it, as where the underground gray here has no metallic. Kind of matches that more. But anyways, talking way too much about the color of my hoodie. Fog lights here on the new Tacomas. Well, they're kind of boo-boo. If you guys have a Tacoma, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. The light I put here on these things is just pretty dang weak. With the kit from Baja Designs comes the bracket, the harness, the lights, everything we need to plug and play the new lights right in. So pretty straightforward ordeal, and it's gonna be insane, I'm sure, compared to these things right here. So let's get home now and pull the front bumper off, throw it on, and see how it comes out. There it is right there, dude. Those look so nice. Just like from a looks standpoint, just the aesthetic of it is so nice. First step is to pull off the front bumper. It's pretty straightforward, you know, some bolts and some clips and stuff like that, and the whole front end comes right off. You got some there in the wheel well, and there's some back here, two on each side back there, and then some under the hood and whatnot. It's pretty straightforward, and then it comes right off, and I'll set it here on the table, and then get behind it, and then get the OEM fogs pulled out. Man, just got a little dirty in here. Time for a detail in the engine bay for sure. We got some wire harnesses here to disconnect when pulling the bumper off. Alrighty, so if my memory serves me well, we got clips all around here. There's one missing right there. I don't know what happened to that one, but there will be one right there. Another one there, another one there, another one there. Kind of all around this plastic cover piece right here. Very easy to remove these. Just push them down and they come right out. And that thing is out. So I forgot the air duct has to come out to get to the last 10 mil right there on top of the bumper. So there's one there, and there's one right there, and then one right here. All right, now there's 4 bolts back here. Got the super extendo on it. Two harnesses removed here on the passenger side. Now I have the hardware removed there from the inner fender, and that's pretty much it. So time to pull it off. Couple bolts down below. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Phillips head screws all down the bottom of the backside of the bumper here. We'll get these removed, and then the rest is clips. So these Phillips heads are pretty much the main reason why the bumper needs to come off. Flip this sucker back over. All right, so from this point, we have a Phillips head here and a Phillips head deep in there. It's tight. We'll get to that one as well here on both sides. Had to unclip the parking sensors, and then yeah, so yeah, 2 Phillips heads, and then that will remove the original fog light. Here's the bracket that is going to secure the lights into the fog light pocket. That is going to go in just like that. Alrighty, so each S2 Sport light comes with a universal bracket and some hardware, and that hardware is used to secure this bracket onto that light, and then that bracket is then secured onto that bracket to mount this light onto said bracket. So first, install this bracket with the hardware onto this light. All right. Perfect. Set that aside for right now really quick, and then move this bracket to the side as well. Now I'm gonna attach the splitter really quick. That turns one connection into 2. Okay, so the light's all put together now on this bracket. Kind of a matter of fine tuning it because there's a lot of room for adjustment. You can flip this bracket one way or another, and then there's adjustability back here on the main bracket. Kind of a matter of just kind of trial and error just to get it where you want it. I kept adjusting it and then putting it in here and then kind of setting the fog light surround over it to make sure it lines up perfect. And I got it right where I want it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and secure this down. Now we're gonna reuse the Phillips screws that came out of it originally. That sucker in there, that sucker over there. Now I'm gonna double check it and make sure that it is in the spot that I want it, and that's it. That's perfect. Dang, dude. I guess we're not using these on our daily commute anymore. So there's headlights, that's off. That's just the S2s. So here's headlights on with the S2s from Baja Designs. That's headlights only. There's brights. All right, so headlights off, S2s. That's pretty wild, man. So headlights and brights. Headlights, brights, and S2s. Can we do, nope, never mind. Can't do both. It's fogs or brights in this truck. But yeah, dude, here, let's do both. That's freaking epic, dude. That's so good. These things are stupid bright. Two options to go with for the fog light replacements from Baja Designs for the 24 and up Tacomas. There's the S2 Sports, which is what I have on here right now. And then there's the Baja Designs S2 SAE. They're SAE fog light certified to work for on-road use. They have a very sharp cutoff and they're not as bright as these right here by about 400 lumens or so less. They're able to be driven on road. As where these are not. These are for off-road use right here, but they're pretty bright, dude. They're stupid bright. Gosh, dang, dude. These things are tough to look even in the remote direction of the truck. Found me a spot that's a little bit darker here. Let's throw on the headlights there. And then we'll combine that with the S2s and oh wow. That's nuts. All right, headlights off. Just, that's crazy. Barely even see the headlights through it now. Step back over here. You guys can see there's a pretty good spread of light, but it's also pretty focused too. It's a good combo of the both. Good combo of the two for sure. Let's throw the headlights on again, combined with the S2s. There we go. Sick. Yeah, that'll do. Not gonna be that guy in traffic with the off-road lights on the streets. Nope, we're not. That looks absolutely amazing here on the front of the Tacoma. Just gives it a much better look than the OEM stuff. Just the construction of the lights themselves look really freaking good. And obviously the light output, it was freaking insane. Oh, I forgot to put the bolts in back there. Oops. All right, maybe I'll fix that when I get home. But in terms of how small these things are, it's freaking insane how bright these things are. So got the wide cornering lens on them, and similar to how the OEM fog lights are designed, you know, kind of scatters the light using the that lens pattern right there. What's really cool too is they're plug and play, right? So pretty simple install. Just plug in that Y harness, and then it splits it off into the two S2s from that one plug harness that is on the truck there. And that's pretty much it, man, as far as that goes. And then get the hardware all installed. That's pretty much all there is to it. So a very straightforward install, plug and play, no wiring in new switches and stuff like that. It's all hooked up to the OEM fog light switch, which is pretty awesome right there. Makes it very easy. How Baja Designs does it, they don't make like vehicle specific lights. They use the same lights they already have and then create brackets for them to work for specific vehicles. Similar to this right here, it's just a standard S2 Sport. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Whoa. So I pulled off the night top hybrid front bumper there because I had the front bumper off, and I plan to possibly actually powder coat that in a high gloss black. And so I figured now was a good time to pull it off since the bumper was already off. And then the recovery hooks down there, I probably will now do that accent color maybe. So yeah, that's why I figured since it's off, may as well just take it off and leave it off until I get it powder coated and figure out what I want to do with all that. And also too, you guys have been telling me for a minute now to black out the Toyota badge. So I said we get home now and pull off that front badge, black it out, and then see how that comes out, which should be pretty sick. I kind of like the contrast of it. Because it's kind of the only thing on the front end that pops, but I think it'll look good if we just go ahead and make that disappear. Pulled up to South Coast Toyota because they have this new Land Cruiser here, and it's in black too, which looks pretty sweet. But I'll cruise by and check it out. Haven't seen a black one in person yet, so let's check out this interior. Oh. So this one's all loaded out. This is the first edition. Got the screen there on the dash there, and the infotainment. Got a sunroof, all black interior, contrast tubing there on the seats. JBL sound system. I saw rigid fog lights in the front end there. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty decked out. This thing's really nice. I love the headroom in this thing too. A lot of headroom, lots of headroom. A lot of piano black in this thing as well, which looks really nice. I assume that's like a switch back from a screen to a mirror. So that's pretty cool. That's some nice details right there. It's pretty nice, man, but it's got a price tag on it that's pretty steep, man. Alrighty, let's black out the badge here on the grill of the Tacoma. First thing I did was pull it off the grill, and that was super easy. Plastic pry tool comes right off, and then I sprayed it down with some alcohol and water, and then gave it a nice thorough wipe down, making sure it's nice and clean. The great thing about Plasti Dip is that it's very low prep. All you do is clean the surface really good. That's the Plasti Dip right there. Unlike paint, where you have to scuff the surface first and primer it and stuff like that, all you got to do is make sure the surface is nice and clean. So this here is my my first coat. The first coat is going to be a tack coat, just a light dust coat, giving us about a 50% transparency. That's it when I'm done with the very first coat. Not going super heavy. That is for the second coat, third coat, and fourth coat. I put 5 on mine to make sure it was nice and thick in case I ever want to remove the stuff one day. It is peelable and a lot easier to remove with more coats. Making sure I'm also hitting it from every single angle, top to bottom, left to right, inside of every little nook and cranny. Again, a total of 5 coats, 1 dust coat, and then 4 coats, giving it about 15 to 20 minutes between each coat. And that's what it looked like right there at the end of the last coat. Let it cure overnight, and that there is the end result, a nice matte black finish. Let it cure overnight just to make sure that when I put it back onto the grill here that I don't damage the Plasti Dip. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And just like that, got the badge blacked out there with some good old Plasti Dip. Super easy to install. I never got too good at painting because the actual painting, this is not paint, this is actually a removable coating essentially. But yeah, paint requires, you know, scuffing the surface up, and you got to choose the right primer for the right base coat and the right clear coat for the base coat, and everything has to work together. Otherwise it causes issues down the road, and it's a whole science. And I never got too good at actually painting, but Plasti Dip's super easy to install. Clean the surface really good beforehand, and then lay down a light tack coat. And then I threw on 5 coats, or 4 coats, 5 coats in total. 4 coats, 4 heavy coats after the tack coat, and we're good to go, nice and thick. So in case we ever want to remove that one day, it'll peel off nice and easy. So on these Baja Design lights, these are the standard S2 Sports, right? So on Baja Design's website, you guys can shop for different lenses. These lenses right here are interchangeable. You just remove the faceplate, and then this lens comes right off, and you guys can do a different light pattern. They have spotlight, they have the driving light, they have the wide cornering, which is what comes with the kit, and then they have the work light as well, which is the widest, most flooded out light. Spotlight, most focused. Driving light, a little more opened up. The wide cornering that I have right here, a little more spread out. And then they have the work light, which is the most flooded out light, which just kind of lights up sort of the area right in front of you, essentially. So yeah, you guys can also go with the clear that I have right here, or you can go with the amber. They have other colors too. I think they have the red, blue, and green, but I'm pretty sure on those right there you can only get the spotlight, which would be the most focused pattern of light, giving you the most range. So yeah, some options to go with. And what's really cool is you guys keep the same lighting assembly. All you do is change out the face of it or the lens. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one very soon. Until then, peace.